This is where your iPhone 6 comes from. These are the first secret pictures from inside the factories that produce for Apple. An exhausted workforce, people sleeping on their breaks, others falling asleep as they work. In 2010, after 14 workers killed themselves at another factory producing iPhones, Apple published promises to protect workers. So have things changed? Our undercover reporters got jobs through agencies, and within minutes, Apple's rules were broken. Everyone in China needs to carry an ID card. Our workers' card has been taken.
They said they needed to see my ID. When they got it, they didn't return it to me. I demanded that they return it. I felt helpless.
They came to work at Pegatron, where iPhones and iPads are assembled. They have to pass a crucial health and safety exam. They will. The answers are chanted out. And they're offered a choice, whether they want to work nights or do work standing up. But there's no choice. He
said if you don't do what the company asks you to do, what is the point of employing you here?
Apple told us they've seen no evidence of coaching. On ID cards, Apple says they've done more than any company to prevent the widespread abuse of migrant workers. Once in, our reporters were overwhelmed by the workload. Shifts have overtime built in, so workers regularly do more than 60 hours a week, more than Apple's guidelines. And so workers rested when they could. This iPhone 6 testing area has virtually no one awake. Apple says they'll examine sleeping during production, but napping on breaks is not unusual.
Apple has been championing itself as a perfect enterprise, but it is all a facade. I don't think they care about the workers at all.
Pegatron, who run the factory, say they are carefully investigating the BBC's claims and will take all necessary actions. Apple say they work with suppliers to prevent excessive overtime and that no other company is doing as much to ensure fair and safe working conditions. What we found were broken promises on the iPhone factory floor. Richard Bilton, BBC News, Shanghai.
Some iPhone owners say they want Apple to pay for slowing down older phones. The tech giant is facing multiple lawsuits after it admitted that it slows down older models. Well, this comes as analysts say fewer people than expected asked for a new iPhone 10 under the tree this Christmas. CNN's Samuel Burke joins us live for more. So let's just start here with what's going on with these older iPhones? Why is Apple slowing them down?
Good morning, Pamela. CNN Money now counts 5 different class action lawsuits. Basically, Apple finally came forward and said what many people had suspected for a long time, that when you update to the newest versions of iOS on the following phones, let me just list them for you so you can see if your phone is one of the ones that's affected, the iPhone 6, 6S, SE, and iPhone 7, that they slow your usage down. But Apple says it's not for the reason that many are accusing them of. They say it's because there's actually an issue with the battery in these phones. After a lot of usage, the battery can surge, and that causes the phone to shut down, a problem that many of us have had. So what they say they're trying to do is slow the phone down so those surges don't happen and your phone doesn't shut down all of a sudden.
But a lot of customers are not buying that. They believe that Apple is doing this so that they'll be forced into buying the new iPhone. Is that essentially what these lawsuits are alleging?
Well, these lawsuits point to that, but they also say that there's been a real lack of transparency here. Let me just put up what one of these lawsuits, the class action suit from Chicago, the attorney told us. He said, quote, Apple's failure to inform consumers these updates would wreak havoc on the phone's performance is being deemed purposeful and, if proven, constitutes the unlawful and decisive withholding of material information.
Better. It's in our DNA. And better can't be better if it doesn't consider everything. our products, our values, and an even stronger commitment to the environment for the future, to use greener materials, less packaging, to do everything we can to keep our products out of landfills. Changes that will benefit people as well as the planet.